Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I've had a couple requests to talk about my base, to show what's inside of it, to talk about my squads. I'm going to have to find a creative way to break these videos up because they are probably going to get long. So today I'm going to try this off the cuff. Here we're going to go into the base and we're going to look at just how I've organized my squads. We won't get into any of them quite yet. We'll just look at how I've organized. Let's get into our base here. Outside of your base, you will have your garages, as they are called. They will be numbered 1 and 2 on the left and right, 3 on the far right, 4 on the far left. Now, you may not have 4 squads, aka 4 garages. That's because you need to purchase the monthly pass in order to get the 4th garage. Also, depending on where you are, I believe that opens up garages way back early days in the game. It's been too long and I don't remember that part of it. Whether or not you have heroes to staff these garages, that's a whole other question, because you may not have all the heroes I have. I have all the heroes that are available in the game. As the legendary heroes came out during the progression of our server, I purchased them all. If you didn't purchase them, then you need to really wait until you get enough shards from the tavern through the legendary recruitment tickets, or if it's a hero that they don't offer through that means, you have to wait till you get to season 1 at least to get the heroes return recruitment tickets, which will give you an opportunity to get a few of the others. I've also promoted Mason from SSR to legendary UR. I have not yet promoted Violet, whom I will later during that versus day. So you may or may not have 4 garages. You may or may not have all of those heroes. You will have whatever you have. But the way that I've decided now at this point, because I have all the heroes, I have 5 of the same type for tank, aircraft, and missile, I have decided to arrange my squads in that order. So if we take a look at the garage, squad 1 is all tanks. Squad 4 is all aircraft. Squad 2 is all missiles. Squad 3, one of my favorites, it's what I lovingly refer to as my leftovers. They're my other heroes of whatever type that I don't happen to use in one of my other squads because I have stronger heroes. Then I have a whole bunch of other heroes that I don't even use. If I were to scroll down the list, you can see here the remaining SSR and SR heroes. Why have I organized my strong squads, which you may only have 1 strong squad? That's true for a lot of people. I wanted to have at least 2 because I feel it's a really powerful benefit. I have a strong squad waiting in my base. So you think that I send out my tanks and you can attack, but I've got my aircraft and it's going to burn you. All right, so that's why I like having more than 1 strong squad. As people advance far enough, eventually you're going to build out a 2nd or 3rd stronger squad anyhow, because you would have maxed out your 1st squad. But why garage 1 and 4? Why did I order it in this way? Why are my tanks the strongest power I have in garage 1 and my aircraft next strongest in garage 4? That's because the tech research that you do is extremely cheaper for garage 1 and garage 4 than it is for garage 2 and garage 3, which doesn't even open until you hit 25% for garage 2. So because of that, you're going to be able to really rapidly maximize all of the tech in garage 1 and 4 to the highest level at relatively low cost and a very quick progression. I've had garage 1 and 4 at max level for months on months now. At least half the time I've been playing the game. The other garages are going to take longer. They're going to take more RSS, and you're going to probably want to focus on a few other things before you get to it. As you can see, I'm doing that too, since garage 2 is only at 5%. So because of that, I have placed my 2 strong squads in garage 1 and 4. There's really no other rhyme or reason behind it. It just happens to be that they have the strongest advantage. Now, why have I decided to align my squads around a faction type? That's because we have to remember the troop type counter triangle. It's a mouthful. And that tanks will receive 20% less damage from missiles. Missiles receive 20% less damage than aircraft. Aircraft, 20% less damage from tanks. AKA, flip it around and say tanks will do 20% less damage to aircraft. Aircraft will do 20% less damage to missiles. Missiles will do 20% less damage to tanks. This is important when you want to counter an attack. If you want to counter or attack an opponent that has an all-tank squad on their defense line, attack them perhaps with aircraft, because you're going to get a 20% buff. Also, remember your lineup. Your lineup gets you buffs as well, as you can see here. If you deploy 5 of the same hero type, in this case tank, I'm going to be able to get a 20% increase to my hero's HP, attack, and defense in battle. So, if I was against a mostly aircraft, of which I will do 20% less damage to the aircraft, not to the missiles, but I have 5 heroes, I kind of net to 0, right? In some ways. Not totally, because the buff here is HP, attack, and defense, and this debuff is damage, but I do offset it a little bit. It's not going to be as bad. Still, regardless, not a reason to try to attack aircraft with tank or any of the other troop type counter triangle debuff scenarios. So because I have 5 heroes of the same type, and that's because I purchased the heroes, I can have now squads that are aligned to the particular faction or hero type, or type in this case. So that's how I've decided to organize my garages and my squads. I have all 4 available. I buy the monthly pass every month. It's something that I do feel is valuable. I have elected to place my 2 strong squads in Garage 1 and 4 because of the tech buff. I have my missiles, which is my 3rd strongest, in Squad Garage 2, and my leftovers in Garage 3. So in the next video, we'll take a look and double click down to the tanks and just talk about some of the reasons why that's at 26 million right now and why my aircraft is only at 25 million. There's a lot to cover. It has dynamics that include your heroes and your tech and your gear that you put on the heroes and your faction centers, and if you're in a season and you have seasonal faction center buildings, all of that stuff is going to factor into the power. But one thing I do want to tell you while we're talking about squads here in general, whenever you see that power number at the top, right, whatever it might be, what I want you to understand is that that power is the maximum power given all of the factors, most of which I just mentioned a bit ago. There's others such as your decorations as well, that could be possible if you staff that squad with the highest level troops you have available. So let's just say you recently acquired T9 troops, but you haven't promoted all your T8s to 9 yet. Well, you're going to see some level of power here for your squad, and you're going to go out and attack a zombie, and it's going to tell you that your power is something different. And you're going to scratch your head and say, but why? Right? It's not going to tell you that you have a lower level troop because you don't have any 9s made. You only have 8s. Well, the reason is because your garage, again, is always going to show you the maximum power possible with the maximum level troops that you could possibly train. All right, folks, so there you have it. We have got a quick look into the squads. I prefer to have more than one strong squad, even though I could have maxed out my tanks further than they are right now. They are not at the highest level possible in terms of power. I wanted to divert attention to my aircraft because I believe having 2 strong squads, or at least more than one, is extremely powerful. and gives me an edge when attacking others, whether it be in Desert Storm, Winter Storm, versus Assault, Warzone duels, or in the arena. Alright folks, so we'll dig into the individual squads in upcoming videos. I hope you found this one informational and entertaining and giving you a look at what I have in the base. I know it was a bit long, so I appreciate you sticking with me. Maybe run it at twice the speed next time. We can get through it in half the time, but you still get all the info. Alright, smash that like button, subscribe, and drop me a comment, folks. Have a beautiful day.